the next thing I want to do is I want to build a kickstand. And my idea is to build a kickstand out of one of these wrenches. The next thing I want to address is this fender. This fender doesn't fit tight enough. It doesn't fit right this way, so like the angle's not right on it. It needs to be pushed back and then like tilted. Good morning, everybody. We are back at it with the mini chopper here. Oh man, I'm surprised that those things stretched a little bit. Needs a little more tension on it. So in the last two episodes, we got this engine running again. We just did a ton of work. We got new pulleys on here. We built this whole rear wheel, disc brake setup, disc brake pedal and everything on the other side. Just a bunch of work. New throttle, you know, we're getting there. Still not even close to being done yet, but oh yeah, new bottom plate here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to build a kickstand. And my idea is to build a kickstand out of one of these wrenches. So I really like these wrenches. I think they look sweet as a kickstand. This one I'm not going to use because it says Ford on it. I believe it's from like a Model A or a Model T or something like that. But I got another one just like it, which so if that's what it ends up working out, this will be the one I use. So I guess I gotta put this one out of the mix. I got this one, which is from a lathe or something, I guess. And this one would work pretty good. Actually, would work really good. It's kind of bulky though. It's pretty big. The shaft is, or the handle. We could basically take a torch and bend this, and that'll be the foot of it. So this one would actually work out really good. And if I do choose to do this, I might see if I can drill some holes in this. But a lot of times, I don't know what this is made out of. Maybe this is just like regular cast. But if it's tool steel, it's very hard to drill. So that might not be the one either. I've got this traditional wrench here. It's a 15/16. And I probably would use the open end, I'm not sure, or I could use the closed end. This one's looking like it's probably way too long, but we could cut it up. And then we got these two, which looking at this one's looking like it's going to be way too long as well, so it might be this one if we decide. These would look really cool, because if you see how that goes, tucks up there. I mean, this right here would get a bend in it, it would stick out. But the shaft is really nice and small, or the handle, whatever you want to call it, is nice and small. And I don't know. I think it would look pretty cool. But we might have to straighten this one out or something. But it's still looking a little bit long. But like I said, once you bend this up, that changes it. So I guess it's between these four here. First thing I need to do is lean this thing over, because right now we can't really tell what needs to happen. So we need to lean this thing over. That's why I got this wood here. You lean it over to a point where we're happy with the lean on it, and it looks like it'll support the weight of the bike really good. So I got to take it out of my little block here, and so we can get this kickstand built. Now that's not quite enough, I don't think. I mean, it does have a lean to it. Let's see, if I push on it this way. No, it's pretty good. So that's straight up. That's leaned over on the kickstand. That's pretty good. Let's shoot for that. And then when we actually build it out, we might actually, you know, leave us a little bit of extra leaning room for when it leans over. See, this one's already looking really good. Like I was saying, we're going to have to, if we use this one here, we're going to have to straighten this guy, or we have to bend this one up, straighten this out, make a nut out of this, and then this will stick up like that. It'll be something like that coming off of there, which, don't know. I gotta really think about this. Alright, this has been a hard decision. I whittled it down to these two, and ultimately I like this one because of the handle. The handle's smaller and it's more rounded instead of flat, and I just like the style of it better, and I think it's just going to fit better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the big end of it right here. This is the big end, and I'm not even sure what this is made out of. I could try to polish it. It almost looks like brass. Let me go throw it on the wire wheel real quick and just get a little bit of it off. So it definitely has like a brassy kind of look to it. Maybe it's just like a coating, I'm guessing, or it could be in the steel. I don't know. But we're gonna find out if we can weld to it or not, because I'm gonna have to weld probably like a washer in the back side of this. I still want to retain this wrench looking thing, but I want the pivot basically to be inside of here. And then I'm going to, it's actually going to go this way. So this wrench is an AMPCO, AMPCO. It's 11/16 on this side, 25/32 on this side, which that's an interesting size. Made in the USA. It's a cool wrench, and it definitely has like kind of a brassy look to it, which is cool for this. It looks good. I think it's going to tuck up really nice there. But what I got to do first thing I want to do is straighten this out. So this already has like a 90 built into it. So I'm going to take it over to the torch, and we're going to straighten this bend out in it. And we got to get it to a point where it's going to come down and it's going to sit nicely when it's on the ground, depending on what angle we kind of mount it at here, which is going to be something like this. I want to get it so it can tuck up real close. So we're going to go and we're going to start bending this, or maybe I should just bring it over here, the torch over here, and I can heat it and just bend it on here. Yeah, I'm going to bring the torch over here because it's probably going to take multiple times. Oh, the other things I got, why did I bring both of these? I've got a kickstand spring right here. So we're going to have to weld. I'm going to end up welding probably this nut or this bolt to here, and then our kickstand spring will hook on there. And then we got to make a pivot point up in here, so that way when the kickstand springs out and it stays. So I'll explain it when I go and weld it, how it really works if you don't really understand. But basically the spring pivot has to be past the pivot of the wrench. So if the spring is over here, when this thing is up, it'll stay, and when you kick it down, it'll pull out and it'll pull it this way. That's really the secret to it, is you want it to be able to pull the kickstand this way and keep the kickstand out so it doesn't want to just fold up on you. So we'll get that figured out, but right now I'm going to bring the torch over, we're going to bend this and put this one away. came back out here because I just wanted to get this done, you know. So that is our kickstand. I'll just spin this so we can see it better. Just like that. Flips up like that. Get you guys in here close so you can see better. But I wanted to explain to you how it works if you don't understand or don't know. So this is a little universal kickstand here, and it mounts like this to the frame. So it has a stop, which is why we added this little Allen bolt to the right here, because that's our stop. Because I didn't make a thing like this. So this is captured, so it stops against there. The spring is hooked, you know, just on the shaft, and then this spring is basically offset to this side and back. So not only when it's locked out, it pulls this way, but then when you close it, it'll be like this, and it still pulls it because it's up that way. So you can see it's pulling on it, bringing it up that way, and then when it comes out, it's pulling on it, bringing it out this way. So it's kind of interesting. But I just basically did the same thing, you know, offset it this way and back to achieve the same effect. And this is actually a kickstand spring that I got offline. It's kind of a big one, but that's what it looks like when it's up. There it is when it's down. And it sits perfect. I like it. So I'm pretty happy with that. Boom. Alright, I'm done for the night. Alright, so we're back on the chopper this morning. The next thing I want to address is this fender. This fender doesn't fit tight enough. It doesn't fit right this way, so like the angle's not right on it. It needs to be pushed back and then like tilted. So there's kind of a lot wrong with it. So we're basically kind of probably going to start from scratch. You can see kind of how it fits here and there. It just doesn't seem right. And it's probably because this fender just doesn't fit the curvature of the tire, but I think we can do a better job with it. So we're going to go ahead and pull it off. It is bolt on. One thing we're going to have to think about is possibly adding like a strut of some sort to it, because I did notice when I sit on it, it flexes pretty good, so we might have to add a strut to it. I don't know, we'll see. But we definitely need to get it closer to the tire and just have it kind of fit a little bit better, I think. We'll see. But there are going to be some problems probably. You know, there's probably going to be some challenges. So we'll see what we can do. Let's just go ahead and get to it and pull this fender off and see what it looks like. Alright, good morning everybody. We're back at it again today, and I am working on a couple of things. So one, I'm working on this strut rod setup that I'm working on. You can see I made these little spacers right here, and I've already got one right here by the brake caliper because I'm kind of limited as to what I can do here. Hold on, let me position. So I'm limited as to where I can land this strut. So I decided just to integrate it into the bolt that we have for the brake caliper. So I did the same thing on the other side. I mimicked that. It's in the same spot. And then I made four of these little spacers on the lathe real quick. And then we're gonna put one up here. It might be down here. It might be up here. I don't know. I kind of think it'd be cool if it was kind of like a focal piece on the rear fender and it was kind of on this curve. But it would also look good if it was just on the flat here. And then I've got four of those, and then we've got this piece of rod, which is actually the axle from my son's power wheel. When we converted it to gas, this was the rear axle. And we're gonna end up bending this. I'm not exactly sure yet. So it's gonna have like an arch to it, come up and meet this here, and then we're gonna duplicate it on the other side. It'll be easy on the other side because there's nothing in the way. So we just have to basically make the same arch for both sides, and make sure that they're drilled the same on the fender, and that'll be handled. Honestly, I would make it smaller, out of smaller rod, but it's structural at this point. And here, that leads me to this other thing that I'm working on. So I decided that you know, we need to reinforce this as much as possible, and you can see we got this gap here and here because of how we welded this on here. So I've been working on this morning. I've been whittling this away to where this fits perfectly in here, and I'm going to bolt that in there, and then I'm going to TIG weld all of this up, and it's going to be super solid. You know, the support is going to come all the way down to the edge of the fender, so that'll be really good. And then plus our fender supports, and this fender will be super solid. And it needs to be super solid because it is our seat, basically. You know, we have our seat frame, which is pretty interesting. We're gonna end up reupholstering it, but I gotta talk my wife into doing that. But this is our seat frame. It's got 3 bolts here. It's got 1 bolt on the fender, and it just slides in like that. So I might actually change it a little bit too, because it could follow this a little bit better. I don't know. I'm not sure yet, but we're gonna get this fender finished first. And that's pretty much the plan for today. Hopefully I can get that knocked out before I gotta go get my son from school. So I'm gonna start by welding this plate in, and then we'll work on the struts. Alright, so we got that wrapped up. It's pretty solid now. We still need the struts, but I filled in around here and smoothed it out, and it's ready to go. So now we're gonna do these struts. Alright, so last night I stayed up. I came back out here and I finished off these fender struts. I like the way they turned out. I'm not entirely, like, this is not where I would put it, but I told you guys before, you know, I'm kind of limited on this. So, I mean, it looks more appropriate over here because we got the brake caliper right there, so you can tell it doesn't have anywhere to go. But I'm still happy with it. It's super solid now. I got to get different bolts. for it. I'm going to get some Allen head bolts. A lot of the exposed bolts are going to be like these stainless Allen heads, so I got to get a couple of stainless Allen heads for here. I'll see if I can find one for here, because this is a different bolt. This is a metric because of the caliper, and then these are just 1/4-20s. And then I still need to get my axle bolt. So I need to make a bolt run, but we're not totally done, because there'll probably be some more bolts, like 2 to hold the tank down and stuff like that. So I'll probably wait right to the end to go and do a bolt run and get everything at once. But, so yeah, that's probably going to be it for this episode, or it is going to be it for this episode. We got our kickstand done in this episode. Our bronze, brass, who knows what the heck this thing is made out of, kickstand. And we also got our fender reattached. We moved the fender. We added in this piece back here. It is super solid because it is pretty much part of the seat now. We'll see what we do with this. I actually would like the seat to contour to this piece of metal more, but we'll see if we'll fix that. Because upholstery is kind of a pain, but the seat fits in there. The fender is strong to support your weight, because it's kind of like your butt's more on this back pad than anything. It's kind of like in this crack here. But thank you guys so much for watching. We got more to come. I'll give you guys a little teaser here. Gas tank in the works here. Old Ham's keg. So that's my plan, is I'm going to put a gas tank on this thing, but you're going to have to stay tuned and tune into the next episode to see that. So thank you very much for watching. Smash the like button for me, hit the subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of future videos. Drop a comment below, that will really help with the algorithms. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Alright guys, make sure you stay tuned to the next episode. I'm super excited about what I'm about to do with this Little Ham's beer keg. Like I said, stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.